Hey everyone, this is Jamie. As the title suggests, I'm going to be talking today about abuse. I was talking with a friend of mine, and in general, I've been sort of thinking a lot about doing a video shedding on abuse. And there's also obviously the topic that people are very keen to throw masculinity and men under the bus, which makes me feel very uncomfortable considering the fact that I was mostly, well, not mostly, I was abused in my childhood, and my main abusers were female. And because of that, I don't get any sort of media recognition. It doesn't get talked about. My main abuser is walking free. My main abuser has absolutely no consequences at this point, and I don't think she ever will. So I wanted to shed light on the fact that men obviously can be victims as well, and specifically, I was how to put this. I was a victim because I was different, because my abuser saw that I was different. So I did want to be someone else than the person who was perceived. And I remember very early childhood memories where I would be sort of forced into these roles which I wasn't okay with. So I really wanted to emphasize that it's very difficult for me to say because I have a lot of insecurities. And it's not just even insecurities, but it's things that I have to live with. It's things that I can't erase. And I know a lot of people are throwing a lot of men under the bus, regardless of whether they're guilty or not. And people say you should always believe women. So that kind of part really irks me because what if I was told that somehow in a twisted way everything is okay, and I, as a little boy, was rightfully abused, you know? So that kind of really fucks me up. And I was talking to a friend of mine, which I mentioned earlier, and we were talking about all of my past experiences. And he touched on different abusers of mine, and he was like, yeah, your main abuser, which was female, because she abused me until we lost contact, and the contact was broken by me. And it really tore me down. I don't know if you're watching my previous videos or no, but I went into a very deep depression after I broke down and I told her to never contact me again, which was not understood by her. And then I had my partner say that I am not interested in ever talking to her again. So yeah, and the depression was very deep for me because I never really understood how deep my hurt was. And I've been really trying to heal. I've been trying to have some time for myself. So I can't believe that I have to say, oh, I'm so grateful that when I was growing up, I did not see the amount of hate towards men which I see right now, because I don't think I would have made it this far. Because everyone says, oh, toxic masculinity, we should teach boys this, we should teach boys that. And like a lot of the things still sort of go and fight with me inside. Like I remember one of the parting things she talked to me about was like, never come out to our grandmother, like that will break her heart. among other things. And I still hear her voice when I think about coming out to my grandmother. And that really fucks me up. And it's not just that, it's everything she used to lock me into the kitchen with and scream at me about. She was very, very hateful. And to this day, and it was a massive manipulation. Like, how am I giving up on her children? And I know that she abuses them as well, but there's nothing I can do. And neither do I have the power to, because who's gonna listen to me? I can't even change my fucking name on the passport. So, let alone making some waves, is just impossible. And sometimes you just have to smile because there's nothing else. Because it feels just so empty that you just want to like rip yourself out inside out. And there's just so much inner pain. So when I see all these men are all hateful, men are all rapists, men are all pedos, men are this, men are that. And for instance, I want to remind everyone once again that James Charles is still walking free. Hey, isn't that great? So I'm not saying that men should not be held accountable for their actions. I'm just saying that when someone admits to doing what they're doing and someone comes forward, you should believe them regardless of their gender. And if the case is actually happening, because for instance, I do stand with Marilyn Manson. I think I've said that clear enough. But I do not stand with James Charles. And I also, obviously, there's been a lot of different controversies, different accusations. There's obviously a lot of victims which have come to light recently. And I do not take rape, pedophilia lightly. And neither should anyone. So when James Charles said he did these things, when the victims said that they were indeed approached and targeted, we should believe them. And James Charles did admit to his crimes. So I don't know why he's not behind bars. And also there's obviously, I'm sure everyone heard of David Dobrik and his Lithuanian friends. Oh man, I forgot the name. Something dumb. I'm sorry. I just remember that he's Dominicus something, or Dominic, after all. So, yeah, so he's, by the looks of it, going to jail for obviously rape of underage girls. So I don't understand why isn't James Charles going for grooming minors. Well, when it comes to Marilyn Manson's case, I don't see a case. I feel like Evan Rachel Wood is pulling all the cards. She's trying to paint BDSM in a very negative light, which she consented to. And I do understand that sometimes you can think that it's okay at the time, but pulling things out of your ass just to pull them out with no evidence isn't a good look. And obviously, there are false rape accusations which happen as well. A lot of there's a high percentage of those which happen, and obviously there's a high percentage of rape accusations as well. So every case should be looked at instead of, oh, it's a woman, we should believe her, or oh, it's a man he raped, which even if it's a false accusation, what's going to happen to him? So no one should have immunity, and everyone should get a free trial. Sorry, free trial. Well, yeah. A very thorough and fair trial rather than free, sorry. And I truly wish we lived in a world where we could generalize black and white, like what's good, what's bad, but that's not the case. We live in a very, very twisted world. People truly, truly walk free. I still don't understand how Americans forgave Bush, but Tony Blair is considered awful. So yeah, it's like both are war criminals. Why are you giving way to one and not giving to the other? Or Biden's administration fucking up completely when it comes to trans rights, and you can say, oh, but it's in the states, like specific states. Okay, but we had a mess with Trump, and now we're having a mess with Biden. So why can't we hold Biden accountable as well? Or the whole fact that uh, cop on black violence started a lot when Obama was in office and no one gave a shit. And in general, Obama's a massive war criminal with Biden, so, and no one cares about that either. But that's just me going into politics. And yeah, this was a difficult video for me to make, but I made it regardless. I did emphasize on certain things which I've talked sporadically throughout, but I really want to say that when you write toxic masculinity, please think about everyone who's behind the screen. And it's making harder even for me to stop generalizing sometimes. I catch myself thinking like, fuck, I hate all feminists at this point. And then I'm like, not feminists are the same way. Like, some just think that they're in for the good cause, or like, I think of Poland, I think of Saudi Arabia, where you really do need to push for women's rights, right? I'm giving very simple examples because people are fucking dumb. So, yeah, I hope you got something out of this video, and I know it's shorter, but I just wanted to talk about this, and thank you very much.